good gravy.
So here we are. Here you are. It's weird to be here, right? It's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So my name is Josh Mervis, a longtime friend of the bride, and as of last summer, a friend of the groom too. We're pals on Instagram, so you know, it's official. On behalf of the happy couple, welcome and thank you for being here. It means the world to Jessica and Fritz to know that so many of their favorite people would travel so far so they can start this new journey in the warmth of family and friends. And since there are plenty of folks here who perhaps haven't heard the details, Jessica and Fritz asked me to share a little bit of their story, how they wound up here today, and what it means to them as they get this journey started together. So, and if they fall somewhere short of profound, well, you know, at least it's honest. That's good, right? So Jessica and Fritz met on Tinder during her first visit to Seattle 2.5 years ago. If you're not familiar with Tinder beyond, you know, per se, moisture-challenged wood, know that it's a smartphone app for dating that's grown out of its humble beginnings as a platform for, let's say, more transactionally oriented behavior into a surprisingly common tool for starting happy relationships. So that works nicely. Not thrilled with his online dating past, Fritz had a dim view of Tinder, but like everyone these days, still used it anyway. Jessica perhaps had a more optimistic view, but had nonetheless been warned against it, not to take it too seriously when she first visited Seattle. In fact, one of her bridesmaids, Kate, offered a reality check.
Jess, you are not going to marry the first guy you meet in Seattle.
Yes, actually, I am.
So, you know, challenge accepted. She obviously took that to heart. So long story short, Jess and Fritz ultimately matched up with each other on Tinder. Thanks to some encouraging friends, and for Fritz, a gnawing in his gut that he'd utterly regret not taking a chance on the most stunning woman he'd ever swiped, which is of course correct. They got out of the house and met during a Saturday night out in Seattle. The lightning bolt struck, as they say, and they saw each other over the next 2 days of Jessica's Seattle trip. And they couldn't get each other out of their heads when the trip was over. People also say, when it's right, you'll know. Until you know it, many wander from person to person and wonder, what the hell does that mean? Right? Who actually feels things like that? That's weird. But in the 2 weeks after they met, Jessica and Fritz somehow realized that, sure enough, they knew it. And they never looked back. And after these two people who lived on opposite ends of the country randomly popped up in each other's dating app feeds, took a chance and fell in love, they moved into an apartment together. Jess learned what it meant to nod patiently to an overabundance of sci-fi references. And Fritz learned how to be a bunny daddy. They remained undeterred, got engaged, moved into a new house together, and well, you know, that's how we get to where we are now. For them, it's all been quite the miracle, all the more so when we know there's so much more to that electric feeling than being in the right place at the right time, you know. There's a reasonable amount of reckoning with yourself involved, too. If Jess and Fritz have made it this far, that's due in no small part to their families, particularly their own parents, who not only worked hard to provide for and nurture their children, but who each in their own way have exemplified the best of what it means to live in a loving marriage. How to celebrate the good times with style and grace and persevere through extraordinary challenges. How to maybe take more than one swing at the whole thing when relationships fail, or seem to fail, or get strained. Wind up stronger for the trying, stronger together. More miracles, all. That's what's up. So that persistence and commitment is especially inspirational to Jess and Fritz because, let's face it, this process is loaded with trial and error. A lot of learning. Not only committing yourself to another, but committing to loving yourself. To say over and over again that I'm worthy of love, and I will add worthy of forgiveness. It's a simple statement that often proves deceptively difficult to realize in day-to-day life, especially through a cultural fog where so many of our great love stories end at what's really the beginning. And brands co-opt the word love to sell caffeine-free soda. Right? No judgments if you do drink that. But I don't understand the point. You can drape yourself in the fanciest clothes or eat every meal at the finest restaurants and not necessarily be treating yourself with love, not necessarily find happiness. You can be intimate with another and do so in a way that's hardly loving. You can be friends, be creative partners, and still, none of that inherently means feeling like you're allowing yourself the love that you deserve. True love requires vulnerability, opening yourself up to the possibility of hurt, knowing you're strong enough to learn from your mistakes, and love again, should it all go down in a blaze. As one of Fritz's favorite professors used to say of group projects, great things are born of tension. And what greater tension could there be than letting love into the most tender places in you, knowing full well that if it fails, it could be devastating. Some of us take that risk only once or twice, some all the time, and some never. But we're here to invite it into our lives. And when you let love in, incredible things happen. So if you believe you're worthy of love, what an incredible precedent that sets for the rest of your life. You can envision greater things for yourself. You can aspire for more because you believe you deserve it. You can be open to criticism. You can be open to humble thoughts and learning from the best parts of others, adapting, changing, and growing. And most importantly for our purposes today, you give yourself a chance to feel it deep in your bones when the lightning bolt finally hits, and listen when a deep knowing voice tells you that this person is really the one. You can recognize, oh yeah, that's what love feels like. And all of this is, of course, easier said than done. Jessica and Fritz followed wildly different paths on their journey to fully realize love in their lives, but despite all the misses, mistakes, and broken hearts, and there were many, they somehow navigated the relational maelstrom of their teens and 20s, surviving to the present moment. They figured out at least enough to swipe right on a dating app, which is pretty good, take a first step and meet, and ultimately commit to a life together. If that's not worthy of throwing a big party in the woods, they don't know what is. As partners and the best of friends, they begin a journey today as married partners. Likely a joyous, weird, messy, extraordinary journey. If love is patient and love is kind, well, that's probably because it has to be. You're going to be dealing with insecurity and mundanity of I'm too tired tonight and dirty diapers and dwarf rabbits with kidney problems and all manner of hardship and heartbreak, healing and joy. And we know it's not easy. Love offers a remarkable gamut of experience, but Jess and Fritz are excited to experience it all together, with you all watching. They will fail, they will help each other get back up, they will learn, they will love throughout. And with the support of your love and friendship behind them, they will thrive as husband and wife. And now, Fritz's sisters, Holly and Emma, will give 2 short readings. So Holly can come up. No introduction necessary.
Love is temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your root was so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of promises of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love is what is left over when being in love has burned away, and this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
Okay. Now we'll hear from Emma.
The fierce dinosaur was trapped inside his cage of ice. Although it was cold, he was happy in there. It was, after all, his cage. Then along came the lovely other dinosaur. The lovely other dinosaur melted the dinosaur's cage with kind words and loving thoughts. I like this dinosaur, thought the lovely other dinosaur. Although he is fierce, he is also tender, and he is funny. He is also quite clever, though I will not tell him this for now. I like this lovely other dinosaur, thought the dinosaur. She is beautiful, and she is different, and she smells so nice. She is also a free spirit, which is a quality I much admire in a dinosaur. But he can be so distant and so peculiar at times, thought the lovely other dinosaur. He is also overly fond of Radiohead and Star Trek. Are all dinosaurs so overly fond of such things? But her mind keeps skipping from here to there so quickly, thought the dinosaur. She is also uncommonly keen on shopping for rose gold shoes and rabbit things. Are all lovely other dinosaurs so uncommonly keen on shopping for rose gold shoes and rabbit things? I will forgive his peculiarity and his concern for geeky things, thought the lovely other dinosaur, for they are part of what makes him a richly charactered individual. I will forgive her skipping mind and her fondness for shopping, thought the dinosaur, for she fills our life with beautiful thoughts and wonderful surprises. Besides, I am not unkeen on shopping either. Now the dinosaur and the lovely other dinosaur are old. Look at them. Together they stand on the hill, telling each other stories and feeling the warmth of the sun on their backs. And that, my friends, is how it is with love. Let us all be dinosaurs and lovely other dinosaurs together, for the sun is warm and the world is a beautiful place.
Thank you. Stefan Sagmeister, the renowned Austrian graphic designer, did a ton of research for his project, The Happy Show, including gathering neurological data on the events or activities that make us happiness. According to Sagmeister, things that make us most unhappy include oppression, inequality, persistent noise, long commutes to work, and crime. Activities that make us happy include having many friends, having good friends, a regular sense of accomplishment, non-repetitive activities, and most importantly for us now, singing in groups. So while Jess and Fritz signed some very important paperwork, they hope you'll join along with our friend Phil,
And Mike P. too.
and Mike P. too, in singing a classic song that should fit the occasion.
Okay. Sing along. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn to play the game. It's easy. So nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can say that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be in time. It's easy. All you need is love. Come on. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Everybody. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. So nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. No you need to be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 And I will always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you.
Anybody want any water?
Well, that was a thing.
No? Okay, cool. All right, so my head is here. Great. Okay. So before their vows, Jessica and Fritz have written just a few words for each other. And while, they could probably gush about each other until the rest of the leaves fall off, they limited themselves to, a single index card. So,
Let's go first. Want me to go first?
I'm going first.
Oh, okay.
well, you can just speak in.
All right.
Oh boy. Should I just...
Yeah. I got you.
Get really close to the mic.
Here, you talk. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
My darling Fritz, building this partnership with you has been the greatest joy of my life. And I look forward to spending the rest of our days continuing to build on it together. Nobody could ever have convinced me that there was a person out there in this world as perfect for me as you. Or that this kind of love and happiness existed, let alone that I'd experience it one day. How do I have it so good? I'll never stop asking myself that. You astound me every day with your pure, true goodness. I'm so grateful to have a partner who looks at the world the way you do, feels the same way that I do about what's important in life, and who respects and values my feelings so deeply. Thank you for setting aside that term paper and taking a chance on a tourist. For booking a cross-country flight on a whim to carry out the most romantic gesture of my life. For stepping up and being the best bunny dad two fuzzballs could ever ask for. Thank you for swiping right and sweeping me off my feet. I look forward to falling in love with you over and over again, deeper and deeper for the rest of my life.
Oh, man. Oh, dear. Well. Yeah, I know. I was going to read something, but I think I got to call it. That was amazing. All right. Jessica Munch, my love. First off, it's not an index card because I lost the cards, but it's roughly the same length, I promise. From the very beginning, you have radically changed my life. In fact, it still feels like yesterday that the giant love bomb that is your heart blew up my world and made everything better and brighter. I don't know if I ever thought this was in the cards for me, but in the words of a great man, Fraser Crane, love is an awesome force, and we don't really choose love. Love chooses us, and once it does, we are powerless to do anything about it. And from the very first week I met you, I knew I never had any choice but to marry you. Your perfect heart and your willingness to love inspires me every day to be braver than I often want to be. When I am deep down a rabbit hole of cynicism on Twitter, your spirit reminds me to look up and open my eyes because there is always life to be lived and savored. You make me smile, you make me laugh so much. You're brilliant and witty, and you have the best shoe game ever. And you just make everything so much more fun. I'd wait in a week's worth of 10-hour lines for Radiohead, so long as I got to do it with you. And just like that line, side by side with you as your partner is where I want to be. Supporting you, cherishing you, honoring you, and loving you for life.
Okay, you ready? Do you, Jessica, choose Fritz to be your husband, loving, appreciating, and respecting who he is now and who he is yet to become?
I do.
Do you promise to be a loving friend and partner in marriage, to talk and to listen, to trust him and treat his heart like it was your own?
I do.
Do you promise to support, comfort, and strengthen him through life's joys and sorrows?
I do.
Do you promise to share your hopes and dreams as you build your lives together and grow with Fritz in mind?
I do.
Will you strive to build a home that is compassionate to all, full of respect and honor, filled with peace, happiness, and love?
I do.
Do you promise to always be open and honest with Fritz and cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Fritz, choose Jessica to be your wife, loving, appreciating, and respecting who she is now and who she is yet to become?
I do.
Do you promise to be a loving friend and partner in marriage, to talk and to listen, to trust her and treat her heart like it was your own?
I do.
Do you promise to support, comfort, and strengthen her through life's joys and sorrows?
I do.
Do you promise to share your hopes and dreams as you build your lives together and grow with Jessica in mind?
I do.
Will you strive to build a home that is compassionate to all, full of respect and honor, filled with peace, happiness, and love?
I do.
Do you promise to always be open and honest with Jessica and cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I sure do.
And now, may we have the rings? Where'd they go? Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to guess that one on the other side there's yours. So why don't you take that, put that on him. Okay, so wait, as you repeat after me, as you put these things on. Okay. As a symbol of my love and commitment to these vows, with this ring, I thee wed, and you both say that, you know.
As a symbol of my love and commitment to these vows, with this ring, I thee wed.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right.
And now, do you want the line again?
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
As a symbol of my love and commitment to these vows, with this ring, I thee wed. Your finger is so much more
That's
stubborn.
good, that's good.
Push. It's okay, you won't hurt me.
You got there, see?
All right.
This, by the way, is an example of marital cooperation. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Take a
Oh, yeah.
breath. The power vested in me by the state of New York, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Kiss her.